Guys, Total Card Player here, and I'm Total Card Player Tariq, and today I will be your host. Today we are going over my Gimmick Puppet deck profile of 2020 of August, and I hope you guys will enjoy this deck profile. This is, in my opinion, one of the top tier Xyz decks, and my favorite Xyz deck of all time is a very lovely machine deck that can get you wins really quickly, deal tons of damage, and easy hand combos. There are so many plays you can do, and then you have your basic plays for the deck, but it's really fun. I hope you guys love the deck list, and I'm going to say thank you a lot for all the views on my extra deck profile. I know it's been a while since I've posted, so here I am with this deck profile, and you will be seeing more videos. Like I said, I'm still working on finishing the unsanctioned videos for you guys, but that'll be uploaded pretty soon. But I just wanted to give you a video because that's taking me a little bit longer. Anyways, I love you guys, and I want to say thank you so much for the support. And if you want to see more, just hit that like button, or just subscribe. Really, please just subscribe and hit the like button for more video contents. And like I said, thank you. Now let's get into the deck profile. Starting off, we have 3 Gimmick Puppet Druidels. Druidel is your main combo of the deck with synergy with your Biscuidel in the deck. So what Druidel does is, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one other Gimmick Puppet monster from your graveyard, special summon this card from your graveyard. You can only use this effect of Gimmick Puppet Druidel once per turn. This card cannot be used as Xyz material for a Xyz summon, except for a Xyz summon of a Gimmick Puppet monster. So we don't really care about that, because this deck is basically all Gimmick Puppets. But other than that, she's a really good thing on the field to have. She is your main combo of the deck. She is your machine duplication target, and her synergy is on another level with your Biscuidel. Next, we have 3 Biscuidels. Biscuidel is also part of your main combo, because what Biscuidel does is you can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one Gimmick Puppet monster, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard. Your opponent cannot target Gimmick Puppet monsters you control with card effects. So not only is the second effect really good, because it protects everything on the field, she has synergy with Druidel. Druidel is the perfect synergy with this card, because Biscuidel will special summon herself, and then we get Druidel into the grave with at least one more Gimmick Puppet, which isn't really hard, because you have things like Foolish Burial and Condolence Puppet. Druidel will just special summon herself back to the field. And what's funny about the main combo is that you only need to open up with just one of these and 2 other monsters just to at least get a Xyz out really easy. So we have 3 Magnet Dolls. Magnet Doll is the free body of the deck. What Magnet Doll does is, if your opponent controls a monster and all monsters you control are face-up Gimmick Puppet monsters, minimum of 1, you can special summon this card from your hand. So what's good about Magnet Doll is that it's a free body on field, because you'll probably always have at least one Gimmick Puppet, at least, and you'll probably never not have a Gimmick Puppet on your field, and your opponent will most likely have a monster if you're going turn. This deck is turn second base, so just having another body on the field to go into your things like your 88 Puppet Leo is very powerful in the deck indeed. Lastly, for our level 8s, we have a Gimmick Puppet Shadow Feeler. Shadow Feeler is just a really good body on the field, because it'll switch himself from the graveyard. You do have the downside of taking damage from it. However, you can probably live and try to outlive some things, or just make a play next turn if you're able to keep Gimmick Puppet Shadow Feeler on the field. For your level 4s, we have 3 Humpty Dumptys and 3 Terror Babies. So these are your main combo right here. This is your main combo piece. So the main idea is to use Humpty Dumpty's effect, which will special summon Terror Baby from your hand to the field, and go into your Chimera Doll. So part of your main hand, and then what Chimera Doll will do is, if you have Biscuidel in your hand, Chimera Doll will add Druidel to your hand, and if you have Druidel in your hand, Chimera Doll will add Biscuit to your hand. So it works win-win. And what's good about Terror Baby is that during late game, he can just like help you make a last recovery play and probably get the game from there. So it's really good, but this is your main combo right here. Else, we have 3 rank up Neuron Forces. Now, I always run this card at 3 because you have 3 sea monsters in your deck, and this is really important, and you do want to see this in your opening hand if you want to go into your 88 Disaster Leo. And there was a game I was playing. Turn 2, I had Disaster Leo and C15 Hunter, and what's going to happen there is Hunter will start blowing things up and dealing damage, and Disaster Leo will either get you the game through damage effect, or get you the game because you auto-win the duel through his effect. So this is why I run this at 3. It is a major card in the deck for you to play. Next, we have 3 Junk Puppets. Junk Puppet is the monster reborn of the deck. Junk Puppet's a really good card. You can social summon a Gimmick Puppet monster from your deck. There's not really much to talk about. It allows you to get into your number 88 if needed, and it just gives you more plays from there. We have 3 Condolence Puppets. Condolence Puppets is a really good card, in my opinion. It's the Foolish Burial of the deck because what it states is you can send Gimmick Puppet monsters with different names from your deck to the graveyard up to a number of monsters your opponent controls that are substituted for extra deck +1. So even if your opponent doesn't have an extra deck monster in the field, you automatically get to send one to the grave, like your Druidal, or something that's really important, or you just need Druidal to have a banished target. So this is really good. And the second effect states you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Xyz machine monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. While face up on the field, you can only use each effect of Condolence Puppet once per turn. So this card also protects your Xyz monsters, so it's a really good card. 2 Perform Puppets. Perform Puppet is a really nice card if you need some level fixing, because what it does is you can banish one Gimmick Puppet monster from your graveyard. All monsters you currently control become the banished monster's level until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field by battle or opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard. Oh, wait, sorry, skipped ahead. If face-up Gimmick Puppet monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished Gimmick Puppet monsters, special summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this is good because if you only have things like Humpty Dumpty and it's mid or late game and you have Terror Baby, you can just banish one of your level 8s. And then you automatically have 2 level 8s on your field to do an Xyz play. And that's actually really good. And what's good is that this recurs the banishment if needed. So it's a really good card in the deck. Then we have 3 Machine Duplication. There's no doubt in my mind you can never not have this in the deck. It's part of your main combo. If you open up with Machine Duplication, Druidal target automatically have either your C15 and your C88. It's really, this card is like just really good in the deck. What's good is that it gives you more bodies on the field, lets you do more plays and more Xyz summons. So I always suggest running this at 3 and never lower it. Then we have Monster Reborn and 2 Twin Twisters and Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial makes sense because you need to send things to the graveyard. Twin Twisters, you have things like Altergeist and Demi, so they still exist till this day, so it's just back row. And Monster Reborn, easy, everyone knows what it does. It's the perfect power card in any Yu-Gi-Oh! We have 2 Lure of Darkness and 2 Trade-ins. Now, I used to run these at 3 and 3, and then I realized it wasn't really good. I kept opening up and breaking with these things. Lure of Darkness is just okay, but if you don't have a way to get over the banishment, with Perform Puppet, it's kind of useless in the end, and Trade-In's actually really good, but you don't really want to see this in your opening hand that much, unless your hand is really in the pickle, and if you do and this is your opening hand, then you're, I suggest you. We have 2 Puppet Parades. Puppet Parade is a very powerful trap card in my opinion. What it does is, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon Gimmick Puppet monsters with different names from your deck up to the difference. Then, if your opponent's life points are at least 2,000 or higher than yours, you can set 1 rank up normal spell directly from your deck for the rest of the turn after this card resolves. You cannot switch some monsters except Gimmick Puppet monsters. You can only activate 1 Puppet Parade once per turn. So this is a great main phase 2 during your opponent's turn trap card, because next turn you can get into your C numbers, and you can even C board wipe using Dark Strings. So it's a really good trap card, and it's very vital in the deck. Going on to links, we have 2 Chimera Dolls, a Wee Witch's Apprentice, and Nightmare Phoenix. So Nightmare Phoenix is of course that card. You just get a free pop and draw if chance is perfect. Witch's Apprentice gives attack boost is everything, so it's really good. And Gimmick Puppet Chimera Doll, also standard in the deck. I only run that at 2 because the deck space is tight for Xyz. And this card is part of your main combo because it'll give you Biscuitdell or your Druidell in your hand, and it's perfect to use in any situation because this will just open up everything for you. And it can either send a body to the grave, give you a card in your hand, or give you a body onto the field, so it's a really good card. We have 2 Gigante's-Doll. Gigante's-Doll is a very overpowered Xyz card in my opinion. What this does is you can detach 2 materials from this card, then target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls, gain control of them until the end phase. Now that's already powerful, right there. Then you can also special summon monsters except Gimmick Puppet monsters, nor declare an attack except with an Xyz monster. You can tribute this card. All monsters you currently control become level 8 until the end of the turn. So what's powerful about that is, like, let's say you're going to get something really powerful, like let's say you're going to get Salamangreats, right? Your opponent has a field, he has things. You just steal those, banish it, boom. Or if you're going to get something like Thunder Combo, just things that can be very annoying. Orcus, not really vital. Synchros, really annoying because you just steal your opponent's synchro monsters and stuff like that. So it's a very annoying card because your opponent will have time struggling with it. Plus they'll lose pieces in their deck, and you are ready to gain advantage just by stealing your opponent's cards. So it's a very powerful card in my opinion. We have 2 number 40s Dark Shrinks, 1 C15, and 1 88. So the reason why I run 2 two Puppet Strings number 40s is because it's very powerful. You blow things up during your opponent's end phase, and you deal damage you deal 500 damage equal to each monster destroyed. So you're not only completely board wiping everything, it's just really powerful, and your opponent will probably be taking a lot of damage and going like half health. And then only 1 C15 because it's not really powerful. I mean, you are destroying things. However, he's only great when he's in a C form, because if you're not going against an Xyz heavy deck, then he is kind of useless. Because even if he destroys it, he can't deal the damage effect. And C88 is my favorite number monster, but you only run this at 1 because it's always going to probably be on the field, and this is part of your turn 1 play, and it's just very powerful in general. First, we have 1 Dark Strings, 1 Giant Hunter, and 1 Disaster Leo. Now, Dark Strings is really powerful because not only are you going to blow up the field, but you're also going to deal damage to your opponent equal to the highest attack, and you get to draw a card. And these two just have so much synergies together. Because if you turn 1 Disaster Leo, which is I always suggest doing before turn 1ing 15, Disaster Leo have already dealt like 1,000 damage probably, and you probably attack with it because it's really big through effect. And then what's going to happen is Giant Hunter will be on the field next turn. If you can pull that off, I did that numerous times, but if you do, use Giant Hunter. Once you pull that off, Giant Hunter will start dealing so much damage. And then with Disaster Leo's effect going through, you're not only stopping your opponent from playing because you're destroying things, but Disaster Leo is lowering your opponent's life points. And then what's going to happen is, if your opponent's still not dead, but Disaster Leo has nothing, but his health is so low, Disaster Leo will give you auto win. So this is a very powerful combo, and sometimes you don't even need them together, you just need Disaster Leo. But very powerful Xyz monsters in my opinion. Number 38 and number 68. 68, really standard. It's a powerful rank 8 Xyz monster that literally constantly keeps getting attack equal to each monster in both graveyards. And then you can also shut your opponent out from graveyards. So it's really powerful. And it's really annoying. And he also can't be destroyed, so he's kind of saving himself while stopping your opponent. And Salamangreats, like I said, has still been alive. So this will definitely stop that and just stop any graveyard-oriented deck. And number 38, really standard. It's a powerful freaking dragon that redirects attacks and negates spells and keeps giving himself counters. So it's just very powerful in my opinion. So if we're done with these 3, it'll be very awesome. So what's going to happen is you normal summon the Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty will special summon the Terror Baby. You link 2 of these together to make Chimeradell, right, up there. Chimera Doll will then give you the choice of either Biscuit or Dory-Doll. Let's say you have Dory-Doll, you'll add Biscuit to your hand. Then you're going to use Biscuit to discard Dory-Doll and special summon. Then you are going to banish Humpty Dumpty from your grave, special summon Dory-Doll. Now, and then you're going to Exi summon into number 40. So this is if you don't have any other extenders like Machine Duplication or Magnet Doll. This is a really first turn play. You activated it. It's really good. But if you do have initial extenders, we're going to go through that combo next. So let's say you did have these three still, but then you had Machine Duplication and your rank up. This is going to be really powerful and very annoying. So you have some options here, and we'll go over those. Humpty Dumpty, Terror Baby, Link, Chimera Doll. Chimera Doll, you have Dory-Doll, so you'll get Biscuit Doll. Biscuit Doll will special summon. Dory-Doll will go to the grave. You'll banish Terror Baby or Humpty Dumpty, special summon Dory-Doll. Okay, so you're right here. Then you will Machine Duplication Dory-Doll. You can do 1 or 2. So what's good about if you get to this moment, if you have a Magnet Doll in your hand, you want to go for 2 Dory-Dolls, okay? If you have Magnet Doll in your hand, go for 2 Dory-Dolls. If you don't, only go for 1. But if you do, or you're able to get Magnet Doll because you have your Biscuit and Dory in your starting hand, go for the Magnet Doll for the special summon. Okay, so you now have 5 monsters on your field, and you have 1 rank up in your hand left. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna use 2 of them to Exi summon into. Going to use 2 of them to Exi summon into your giant grinder. And then you're going to use the other 3 to Exi summon into your number 88 Leo. So in the end, you'll have this as your infield with a giant grinder and Leo. Now, I do suggest going for Disaster Leo. However, a giant grinder can't really stay on the field for long. But if you know your opponent can make a comeback, go for Disaster Leo. If you know your opponent can, you're going to use your rank up and rank up your Giant Grinder into Giant Hunter. And this is really easy to first turn play. And your hand does have to be picky though if you want to first turn this. Your hand is about, I will say, this picky. This must be all 5 of your opening cards to even successfully pull this off. So these must be your opening 5. I meant 6 in total, including your jaw. Or you can pull this off. Or just get rid of the rank up. These must be your opening 5 to pull that off. Okay. If you have the Magnet Doll and you don't have one of these 2, you know what to do. Search for the one that you need. Easy play, easy plays, powerful deck. I suggest getting it. It's interesting. It's not that cheap, but I didn't pay a lot for it either. I think I paid like $70 in total. So it's actually a nice Exi deck that can be pretty powerful and at least stand toe-to-toe with meta. So I do suggest picking up this deck anytime you want to. Let me know if you guys have tested this out yet. I am planning on testing out during my birthday this week. It should be fun. Anyways, I love you guys. Like I said, thank you so much for the support. I try so hard. I know my video quality is a little bit interesting. I'm getting there, but I just hope you guys like the deck profile. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.